Abraham Lincoln, born on February 12, 1809, in a log cabin in Hardin County, Kentucky, to illiterate parents, emerged from humble beginnings to become one of the most significant figures in American history. His presidency, spanning from March 1861 until his assassination in April 1865, was marked by the tumultuous period of the American Civil War. Lincoln's early life was characterized by poverty and limited formal education. Raised in Indiana, he lost his mother at age 9 and received less than a year of formal schooling. However, he was a voracious reader and largely self-taught, devouring borrowed books on law, mathematics, and literature, a foundation that propelled him into politics and law. Lincoln's formative years were marked by a series of odd jobs, including flatboat navigator, storekeeper, and soldier during the Black Hawk War. His legal career began in Springfield, Illinois, where he gained a reputation as Honest Abe for his integrity and commitment to justice. Lincoln's political career began in the 1830s when he was elected to the Illinois state legislature as a member of the Whig Party, where he served 4 terms. His opposition to the expansion of slavery into new territories led him to join the newly formed Republican Party in the 1850s. Lincoln's stance became a defining aspect of his political identity. In 1858, after a single term in the U.S. House of Representatives, he gained national recognition through his debates with Senator Stephen A. Douglas during their campaign for the U.S. Senate. Lincoln articulated a moral opposition to slavery's extension while acknowledging constitutional limits on federal interference with existing slave states. His arguments against slavery resonated with many Americans and set the stage for his successful presidential campaign in 1860. Lincoln won the presidency with a platform that opposed the spread of slavery, which alarmed Southern states. Upon taking office as the 16th President of the United States, Lincoln faced an unprecedented national crisis. 7 Southern states seceded from the Union, forming the Confederate States of America. The conflict escalated into a full-blown civil war. 4 slave states then seceded and joined the Confederacy. Lincoln's primary goal was to preserve the Union. Following the Confederate attack on Fort Sumter in April 1861, he mobilized federal forces to suppress the rebellion. He viewed secession as treasonous and vowed to preserve the Union at all costs, declaring, "I would make one vast graveyard of the whole South if necessary." Though lacking military experience, Lincoln studied battlefield tactics, communicated directly with generals via telegraph, and reshaped wartime governance. Facing the collapse of federal authority, he invoked executive powers unprecedented in U.S. history, expanding the military budget without congressional approval, suspending habeas corpus in border states, introducing the first federal income tax, and authorizing the first national conscription. These measures, though controversial, preserved Washington's control over critical border regions like Maryland. He appointed generals such as Ulysses S. Grant and worked closely with them to develop strategies that would ultimately lead to Union victories. Lincoln's achievements extended beyond the battlefield. His leadership style was marked by his ability to manage conflicting interests within his administration and military. Throughout the war, he demonstrated remarkable leadership by navigating complex political landscapes. He skillfully managed a fractious team of rivals cabinet, balancing radical and moderate Republicans to maintain unity. Despite facing significant opposition from Copperheads or anti-war Democrats, Lincoln remained steadfast in his commitment to restoring national unity. One of Lincoln's most significant accomplishments was the issuance of the Emancipation Proclamation on January 1, 1863. This landmark document declared that all enslaved people in Confederate-held territory were to be set free, transforming the Civil War from a battle for Union preservation into a moral crusade against slavery. The proclamation not only provided a strategic advantage by allowing African Americans to enlist in the Union Army, but also laid the groundwork for the eventual passage of the 13th Amendment. Lincoln played a crucial role in promoting the passage of the 13th Amendment, which abolished slavery entirely throughout the United States in December 1865, months after his assassination. Historians regard these actions as transformative, binding the nation's survival to the cause of freedom. Lincoln's eloquence as a speaker also left an indelible mark on American history. His speeches articulated a vision of national reconciliation grounded in malice toward none. Lincoln's dedication to equality and justice was epitomized in his famous Gettysburg Address, delivered at Soldiers' National Cemetery on November 19, 1863. In it, he reaffirmed America's commitment to the principles of liberty, democracy, and equality, emphasizing that the nation must endure to ensure that government of the people, by the people, for the people, shall not perish from the earth. As the war drew to a close with Lee's surrender at Appomattox Courthouse in April 1865, Lincoln envisioned a reconciliatory post-war America. He also signed landmark legislation like the Homestead Act, granting land to settlers, and established the U.S. Department of Agriculture, shaping America's economic future. Lincoln's presidency culminated in significant achievements that reshaped American society. Tragically, just days after this monumental victory, Lincoln was assassinated by John Wilkes Booth while attending a play at Ford's Theater on April 14, 1865. John Wilkes Booth was a Confederate sympathizer enraged by the president's support for limited black voting rights. His death shocked the nation and solidified his legacy as a martyr for liberty and unity. Lincoln's assassination cut short ambitious Reconstruction plans, but cemented his legacy as the great Emancipator. Lincoln's leadership preserved the Union, redefined federal authority, and set the stage for civil rights advancements. Over 750,000 lives were lost in the war he navigated, yet his unwavering commitment to democracy and equality endures as a cornerstone of American ideals. Today, Abraham Lincoln is remembered not only for his leadership during one of America's darkest periods, but also for his unwavering commitment to democracy and human rights. His legacy endures through his contributions to ending slavery and preserving the Union, achievements that continue to resonate in contemporary discussions about equality and justice in America.